What's the dumbest reason someone broke up with you? My first boyfriend came over and dumped me on my front porch. He said he didn't like my lisp. He also had a lisp. Edit. Tommy of you are though intentative. That thucks. Story. Car was too old. Dropped her. Car is still chugging along. I visited my dad while he was in hospital with cancer. She broke up with me because I was visiting my dying dad instead of visiting her. I feel like I dodged a major bullet. 2 months into dating a girl, I accidentally spilled some melatonin out of my backpack on her bedroom floor. She was like, "What are those pills?" Accusations of me being a drug addict. I wasn't, and then blocked me on everything. No joke. Her mood ring changed colors. Because her friends broke up with their boyfriends. What paranormal activities have you witnessed? Not sure if this is considered paranormal, but when I get fevers as a child, I would always, in my fugue and pain-infused state, hear a man counting in a very deep voice. He would count from 1 and up. As the numbers get larger, the voice gets louder and more intense. It started to get less frequent as I grew older, and now I do not experience it anymore. I've brushed it aside as a recurring nightmare until only recently. I've learned that my sister would experience the exact same thing when she was younger as well. It's not the scariest thing, but it does send shivers down my spine trying to comprehend this. When I was 3, I told my parents that my great-grandmother came to me in a dream and said her feet didn't hurt anymore. I think she had problems due to diabetes or something. She had died that night. They received the call shortly after I told them. Not paranormal, but a spooky coincidence. What's the best non-alcoholic way to make a party crazy and fun? I invited a few couples over, some of them pretty religious and don't drink, but we played adult Mad Libs. It was hilarious seeing them break out of their shells and just belly laugh at some of the things we all would come up with in that game. Rent out go-karts. Some of the best adult parties have been to our kids' parties after the kids fall asleep. If you want to see adults playing like kids and laughing their asses off, rent a giant bouncy slide and one of those carnival games with the spinning ladder. Drugs. Let a few piglets loose in the house. Oddly specific but effective. A bag of bulk wigs. Just discreetly place the bag of wigs on a couch or coffee table. Wait and watch. Nerf guns. What is something that was used heavily in the year 2000, but it's almost never used today? Any sort of dedicated music playing device. Before that just became a part of your phone. Rewritable CDs. I used to burn so many mixed CDs after downloading from Napster, Bearshare, LimeWire, FrostWire. Then my mother would call, disconnecting the internet, and I would have to start the download all over again. Except one file wasn't an MP3, but a virus. I would just reinstall Windows before my mom got home as we saved every picture and document on a zip drive. Then those fancy jazz drives. And #X200B. Also Adobe without a subscription. LimeWire. If you had a big screen TV, it was probably a ridiculously thick rear projection TV. What will you never ever do under any circumstances? I will never, ever, no matter what, turn into a newt. I won't do it. I simply refuse to. Tell you my actual answer. Squeeze myself into a tiny space. Or hurt my dog. Go to bed without saying goodnight to my cat. Use a tanning bed. Lottery. Working at a gas station watching people blow their whole paycheck and win $200 after spending $600. Then celebrating by buying more. I won $200. Bitch, you're in the hole by $400, this week. Win millions in the lottery. Please prove me wrong. Seriously, prove me wrong. Play Raid. Shadow Legends. Meth. I have seen too many people's lives destroyed by it. Add heroin to that list. No way on earth.